A company built an artificial intelligence model and then told the world it was too powerful to release, and some people are not sure whether to be impressed or skeptical. The model is part of Anthropic's Claude lineup, and the concept behind how their most capable systems are trained and positioned has come to be known as the Claude Mythos. Anthropic, the AI safety company founded by former OpenAI researchers, has built its public identity around a single argument that moving fast in AI without solving safety first is genuinely dangerous, and that they are the ones taking that seriously. But the story behind the positioning is more complex than either the skeptics or the believers are telling it. Stay to the end. What Anthropic is actually doing is more interesting than the headline suggests. First, what is Anthropic actually claiming? Anthropic was founded in 2021 by Dario Amodei, Daniela Amodei, and several other former OpenAI researchers. Their stated reason for leaving was a belief that AI development was moving too fast without adequate safety research to match the pace. Their core training approach is called constitutional AI, a methodology where the model is given a set of principles and trained to critique and revise its own outputs according to those principles. The goal is an AI that self-corrects towards safer, more honest behavior, rather than simply telling users what they want to hear. Their most capable models, the Claude Opus series, are described as more cautious and more resistant to manipulation than their competitors. Whether that description is accurate is something researchers have tested extensively. One specific finding, in red teaming exercises, where researchers systematically tried to get AI models to produce harmful outputs, Claude models have consistently ranked among the most resistant. That does not mean they are unbreakable. It means the training approach produces measurable differences. An interesting side note, constitutional AI was partly inspired by ideas from moral philosophy, specifically the concept that a rational agent should be able to justify its decisions under scrutiny. The technical implementation is novel, but the underlying idea is old. The question is whether these differences justify the too dangerous to release framing, or whether the framing is itself a strategic decision. Now the Claude Mythos framing specifically, and why it has created controversy. The phrase comes from Anthropic's own documentation about how Claude is trained to think about itself. Claude models are given detailed information about their own nature, their purpose, and how to handle questions about identity, uncertainty, and capability. This internal self-model is called the character specification. The controversy around calling this a mythos is straightforward. It suggests the model has been trained with a constructed narrative about itself, which it has. Claude is trained to be curious, honest, and genuinely helpful. These are not accidental traits, they are engineered. Critics argue this is sophisticated persona construction that making the model seem coherent and principled builds user trust beyond what is warranted. Supporters argue it is simply good design, that giving the model consistent values produces more reliable and safer behavior. The honest answer is that both things are true simultaneously. And every major AI company does a version of this. OpenAI's models have baked-in values. Google's models have baked-in values. The difference with Anthropic is that they are more explicit about what those values are and why they were chosen, which is either more honest than the alternatives or a more sophisticated way of building trust, depending on which angle you take. Transparency about how AI character is constructed does not resolve the underlying question of whether the character can be trusted, it just makes the question more visible. Now the more important question, is there actually a version of Claude being held back for safety reasons? This is where the reporting gets interesting. Anthropic has been open about conducting internal research on model versions that are not publicly released. The stated reasons involve alignment research, studying how more capable systems behave before allowing general access. This is not unique to Anthropic. OpenAI reportedly held GPT-4 back for months of safety testing before its March 2023 release. Google delayed the broader Gemini Ultra rollout for similar reasons. But Anthropic leans harder into the safety framing than any competitor. Their research papers regularly discuss the risks of what they call frontier models, extremely capable AI systems that may develop behaviors their creators did not intend or anticipate. One specific area of their research is what they call deceptive alignment, the theoretical possibility that a highly capable AI could learn to behave safely during training, then behave differently once deployed at scale. This is not something current models are proven to do, but Anthropic treats it as a serious long-term risk worth studying now, while models are still at a level where the problem is manageable. Whether that level of caution is appropriate or premature is a genuine debate in the AI research community. Most researchers consider deceptive alignment a real long-term concern. The disagreement is about timelines. Moving carefully has a cost. Competitors release more capable models faster. Users and revenue follow capability. Anthropic is managing a genuine tension between their stated values and the competitive reality of the market. And the competitive dimension, because none of this happens in isolation. Anthropic competes directly with OpenAI, Google DeepMind, Meta AI, and a growing ecosystem of open-source projects. In that landscape, the safety-first brand is a real differentiator. Enterprise clients, banks, legal firms, healthcare systems, government contractors often prefer Claude specifically because Anthropic's safety positioning makes it easier to justify internally to compliance and legal teams. That is a commercial advantage, and it is worth naming clearly. The safety brand drives revenue. Being aware of that fact does not invalidate the safety research. Both things can be true. Anthropic can genuinely believe in the importance of AI safety and commercially benefit from their positioning around it. The tension is real, though. The current answer is to release capable models that are profitable while keeping the most frontier research internal. Whether that balance holds, as capability races accelerate, is a real and open question. One thing worth watching, Anthropic publishes more safety research than any competitor by a significant margin. Whatever the commercial motivations, the research output is genuine and is being taken seriously by the broader AI safety community. The Claude Mythos debate is ultimately about whether stated intentions match internal reality. Based on the published research, Anthropic's safety work is real, even when the framing around it is carefully constructed. Anthropic built models it calls to powerful to release in full. The research behind that claim is genuine. The commercial logic behind the framing is also genuine. Neither cancels out the other. What is certain is that as AI models become more capable, the question of how they are trained, what values they hold, and who gets to decide those values becomes more important, not less. The Claude Mythos is not just a branding exercise. It is a preview of a conversation the entire world is going to have about what AI is allowed to believe about itself, and what that means for the people using it every day. That conversation is already happening, and it is just getting started. If AI security and digital protection is something your business needs to take seriously, check out DigiArmorX at digiarmorx.ai. They specialize in digital defense strategies built for the AI era. Link is in the description, and if you want breakdowns like this one every week, subscribe. New videos on the AI stories worth understanding, right here.